Hey guys, welcome to my 6-month baby update. Baby Jones is growing so fast. Some of the milestones he has hit thus far is obviously smiling and laughing, and he's doing so much better about tummy time. He is able to scoot, kind of doing like an army crawl. He can get up on all fours, like on his knees and his hands, but he can't quite figure out how to get both of his legs moving to propel himself forward. So he'll just flop down to his belly and kind of scoot forward. He can also pull up, and he's been doing that for a couple weeks at this point. He has always been able to kind of stand like he is right now. Even from probably like month 1, he just kind of popped right up and was like, I'm good to go, guys, let's go. He's also had a lot of head control. Like, his head control is superb and has been for quite a few months. Jones is breastfed and he eats every 2 to 3 hours. It just kind of depends on like if he's teething or if he's, you know, in a growth spurt. I think right now he's going through another growth spurt because he's been hungry like every 2 hours and has been like wanting a lot of food. We're feeding him about 4.5 ounces at each feeding at this point. I think we're about to bump it up because this kid is ginormous and he definitely is showing signs of needing more food to help satiate him for a longer period of time. We are teething like crazy. We do not have any teeth that have fully poked through, but both of his canine teeth were the first ones to like make an appearance, which made him just like a little vampire baby, which is kind of funny. You can also see the white impressions on his top 2 and bottom 2 teeth. Since he is 6 months old, we are starting to do some solid foods. We are running through the baby-led weaning thing, and so basically we're giving him more whole foods versus purees and letting him, you know, grab, feel, put it in your mouth, kind of see how it goes. We've been doing avocado mainly. We've done some slices of cucumber where I've like kind of taken out the center seeds, obviously so he doesn't choke on those. They'd probably be fine, but just being a little cautious. So he loves gumming on those, especially when they're cold. He's eaten a couple other things. We've just kind of like held raspberries and he's sucked on those. We're trying to stay away from fruit in general until he's a little bit older, just so he doesn't get that affinity for sweets so early. But I think we're gonna start doing maybe some sweet potatoes and like zucchini and things like that coming up. Jones's sleep, he is doing so much better. He's still waking up probably 1 to 2 times a night, but for about the first 4 or 5 months, he was waking up every 3 hours. And that was really hard on us, namely me. Oh, where are you going, bud? You're gonna crawl off the bed. You want to sit up here? Last night he actually slept, he went to bed around 8:30 and then woke up at about 5:30. And so that was definitely one of the longest stretches he has done in a while. But he usually wakes up once a night, usually anywhere between like 1 and 3 a.m. And then he'll wake up again around like 6:30 or so. We normally try to get him to bed by at latest 9 o'clock. It's been starting to get early and earlier, which has been really nice, but we find that if he can fall asleep closer to 9 o'clock, that means that he sleeps in later in the mornings, which I really love. So last night he went to bed around 8:30, woke up at 5:30, ate for a good while, and then you're gonna crawl off the bed, aren't you? Ate, and then he stayed asleep until about 7:30, which was wonderful. And that's kind of his normal routine at this point, is 1 to 2 times a night, and then he'll usually sleep in until anywhere between 6:30 and 8. He is still taking about 2 to 3 naps a day, which honestly I love. His first nap is about, what's that? His first nap occurs roughly an hour and a half to 2 hours after he wakes up, whenever that might be. Sometimes it's a little bit earlier, sometimes it's a little bit later, but usually it hits around like the 9:30 a.m. mark. His next nap is usually around like 1, sometime after lunch. And then he normally takes like a third shorter nap around like 5, 6 o'clock. Usually it's when we're eating dinner, which is helpful for us. But he will usually take like a little 30-minute nap at that point. His naps range anywhere from like 30 minutes to 3 hours. It really just depends on him. Yesterday he only took 3 like 30-minute naps, which my mom was watching him, so sorry, Mom. But typically his morning nap is the longest, usually lasting about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then his afternoon nap is usually about an hour. So that is my baby update. I hope that you enjoyed this little 6-month update. Jones is doing so well and just thriving and growing up really quickly. I just can't even believe that he's technically almost 7 months. In the next couple of days, probably by the time this video goes up, he might be 7 months, but he is just a big boy. So it's been really fun to just watch him grow and learn, and just he's getting into everything. So I'll be sure to insert some clips at the very end of this video where you can see all the little milestones that he has been doing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Press the subscribe button down below. It just lets you know when I post a video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Yay!
Good job, Jones. See if you'll...
Trouble.
You, my friend, are trouble. Don't smash your fingers.